Hey guys, Peter Burchfield here. You're watching Prepare to Go There. Hey everyone, Peter Burchfield here. Welcome to Prepare to Go There. I'm so excited to be on this coaching journey with you, and I'm going to be talking to leaders with teams. And the question is, do you feel prepared to deal with leadership shortages? You know, at the very heart of leadership preparedness, it's all about preparing leaders for the future and keeping us future focused so we never have a leadership shortage again. I'm going to give you 3 examples of what teams experience when there is a leadership shortage, and then I'm going to share 3 solutions that you can apply starting today. So a lot of organizations, can outlast a cash shortage for a time, but it's very, very difficult to outrun a leadership shortage. And sooner or later, if you do not have prepared leaders in the organization and in the wing, then you really need to stop business as usual and put the pressure on getting those things resolved. So we're going to go through the 3 stages that teams go through when there's a leadership shortage. The first one is what I call a tired tenure. And this is where you're not getting new recruits coming into the organization, whether it's the volunteer level or the team level or the leadership level. Your pipeline is just running dry. Your leader pipeline is just not flowing either like it used to or like it should. And this is where we justify a existing team doing everything. We say, well, it's fine because we can hold it together, or we have the best people. And this is where we really chalk up the appreciation, right? And we say, you're amazing, you're the best, you're awesome. But we're not facing what's really happening, which is this tired tenure is becoming a little bit more and more and more overextended. And I just want to ask you honestly, how long do you think that's going to last? Because we can't outrun leader shortages in the team. The second stage that we go through is what I call inexperienced promotions. This is where we kind of wake up, hey, we need more people to help, and so we just bring on people that are not experienced, they're not trained, they may or may not have the same organizational DNA, and they haven't really been prepared. They're not prepared to handle the pressure that the team has been experiencing. And so this is a very awkward stage because you're trying to make it work, you're bringing people on, you don't want to scare them off, and you're trying to kind of take a good step in a good direction. But unfortunately, you're already halfway in a very dangerous direction. The third stage that we can go through in a leadership shortage is the unintended fragility. Unintended fragility. And this is where the organization or the team or the business is just not what it used to be. It's lost its spark or its core functionality. Maybe there's some mission drift involved as well. And this is where it really begins to show. And you can't hide it anymore. And you have to admit, wow, the future has kind of eaten our lunch. The future has come and we're not ready for it. And this is a very sad place because you can't make changes very quickly anymore. You've lost your agility. There's unintended fragility, and it's a very complicated, nuanced situation. And so I say this not to discourage you, but to let you know that I know where you're at. I know what you're feeling, and you don't have to stay there. That there really is a path of empowerment that you can go on. And instead of just having that leadership development seminar over and over again, let's focus on leadership preparedness. So we're actually prepared for the future. We're prepared for some of these scenarios, and we're really facing off the biggest threat, which is, are we going to have prepared leaders to go into the future to handle what happens next? And so I want to give you 3 hopeful solutions that you can begin to put into practice today. The first thing is, instead of a tired tenure, we're going to focus on intentional teamwork. This is a choice that we make. We're not going to overextend our team, but we're going to be really intentional about leading well together. Whenever we overextend the team, we isolate leaders outside of their strengths, and we're losing the force multiplication of working together and innovating and collaborating well. And so we want to insist, we've got to be very intentional about, no, we're going to work as a team. We're going to figure this out together. And you may have to do some coaching, you may have to do some caregiving, you might have to do some relational work, you may have to do some strategic planning, but whatever you have to do, you have to look at the existing team and you have to say, how do we be more intentional about the team that we have working together? The second solution that we can take is strategic empowerment. Now remember, the middle stage of a leadership shortage is this inexperienced promotions. This is where we elevate people into roles too quickly. They're unjustified. They're not sustainable. And this creates a really bad cycle of turnover. And so here we want to have strategic empowerment. We're going to get very strategic about how we can empower people well. It's going to change our mindsets. It's going to change our behaviors. And this is something that I love working with leaders, because I see the light bulbs go off, and before there was frustration, now there's preparation, and we have a very clear path to move away from the frustration, and we have a journey where we're ready to take steps towards empowerment. And that is a game changer for sure. The third and final thing we're going to do is confident agility. You can't move like you used to, and the organization's just not what it used to be. Things that were simple a few years ago are very difficult now. And so confident agility is where we practice moving decisively. We have to kind of reset our decision-making processes. We're going to go right down to the decision-making level, and we're going to be more agile. We have to be confident in moving quickly. We have to be confident in being decisive. And maybe there's decision fatigue, maybe there's some, unfamiliar territory, or maybe there's just a lot of pressure, going on around you, but you still cannot afford to just, be stuck in the water, so to speak. You have to keep moving. You cannot atrophy as a leader or as a team. And so these are 3 solutions that I'm sharing to give hope and to give a clear roadmap. Instead of an overextended team justifying the same people doing everything, drifting into isolation, we've got to be intentional about working together as a team. We're not going to isolate ourselves. We're going to pull together and find new strength. The second thing is, instead of this inexperienced promotion, we're going to admit that we need to go back to team training. We need to go back to getting the right DNA in our leadership culture. We need to go back and figure out how we're going to bring prepared leaders into the organization and not just anyone. And then the last thing is, instead of unintended fragility, we're going to make a shift into confident agility. We're going to practice moving decisively. We're going to work on our decision making again. Here's why this matters. Leadership preparedness is the ability to see the future in advance so we can develop a team of leaders in time to seize it. Let me say that again so it'll sink in. Leadership preparedness matters because it's the ability to see the future in advance so we have the time to develop a team of leaders in time that can seize it. And that's my encouragement to you. Put the future work in now and be thinking about your personal leadership preparedness, and then be thinking about your team's leadership capacity as well. All right, that's it for today. Thanks so much for watching. Please like this video to let me know you want to continue in this direction. Share this video with other leaders that need encouragement and coaching, and subscribe so you can be a part of the next round. Remember, you're going places, so prepare to go there.